Donald Trump exploded into a mess of confusion during his most recent post-trial press conference. And this time, you'll see in this clip, but he's either really confused or he's being really dishonest or a little bit of both, because he says something that makes absolutely no sense about his potential testifying or lack thereof, and goes from saying he absolutely will be testifying in the past to now saying that he can't testify, but the reason as to why he can't, again, is rather incoherent. You'll see first a reference of a past time he said he will be testifying in his criminal trial, and then the press conference moment from today. Here it is.
Yeah, I would testify, absolutely. It's a scam. It's a scam. That's not a trial.
What do you think about the candidacy testifying?
Well, I'm not allowed to testify. I'm under a gag order, I guess. I can't even testify on that. No, we're going to be appealing the gag order. I'd love to answer that question. It's a very easy question, the easiest question so far. But I'm not allowed to testify because this judge, who's totally conflicted, has me under an unconstitutional gag order. Nobody's ever had that before. And we don't like it, and it's not fair.
So there's the argument being made from Donald Trump. You saw first him saying that he was going to testify. Now he's saying he can't because of his gag order. And I do want to bring in our legal expert, Aaron Barnes, to give his take. Aaron, I have watched that now a few times, and I'm struggling to understand what on earth Trump means that his gag order, which is not unconstitutional, he's lying about that, but that prevents him from testifying in his criminal trial.
Yeah, so look, this is not preventing Donald Trump from testifying in his criminal trial. Everyone has the right, when they are a criminal defendant, to testify in their own defense. They don't have to testify if they don't want to, or if they don't believe that the government essentially proved their case. And at the beginning of the trial, if you recall, Donald Trump went on a tirade saying how he is definitely going to testify in this case, that there is nothing that is going to prevent him. Then a few days later, he kind of changed tune a little bit and said, well, we'll see if I'm going to testify. We'll see, because it's likely his attorneys got to him and said, hey, dude, like, you might not have to testify here. And now he's bringing up this gag order as a reason to then say in a couple weeks, when it's his turn to present his case, and he says, hey, I'm not going to testify because of the gag order. He's going to use the gag order as a means not to testify and to go back on his original statement to the public where he told them that he would testify. But that's completely illogical. The reason he's not going to testify is because Donald Trump is his own worst enemy, number one. And number two is, almost every criminal defendant will tell you this: the defendant should never testify unless it is absolutely necessary. There are very few cases where it is really necessary for a criminal defendant to testify, one of which is a self-defense case. Here is not a situation where Trump or any average criminal defendant would take the witness stand. So I'm assuring you, and I'm assuring everyone watching this, that Todd Blanche's attorney has probably told him multiple times, hey, you should not testify, you should not testify. And now he's just going to use the gag order as a means to not do it.
And the weird thing is, I don't think people would really judge him if he just said, hey, I've been advised not to testify. And if he had said that from the beginning, but he's done this now a couple of times, I think in one of his civil cases too, where it's like he thinks it comes off stronger for political purposes to pretend like he really wants to testify, but something's keeping him from it, where he decided not to testify in the civil trial, then claimed that the fact that they wrapped up without him testifying is some proof that it was rigged whenever it was his decision. And I'm sure we're going to hear the same exact thing here, where if there's a conviction, I bet the response in part will be, I couldn't even testify. That's how rigged it was, Aaron.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's exactly what you should expect. He's going to cry wolf after a conviction and say that had there not been a gag order, he would have been able to testify and share his true opinions. But the gag order only prevents him from disparaging witnesses in this case. He has no right to disparage witnesses on the witness stand, but he can easily go up on the witness stand and say Michael Cohen is lying or Stormy Daniels is lying. There's nothing wrong with that. The gag order doesn't prevent that. The gag order prevents him attacking witnesses in public in an attempt to tamper with the prosecution's case. So
Gotcha.
you're 100% right, Luke.
And now I want to, as we walk through, we do have an update from what happened today at trial. Before getting to that, one of the things that's just a daily update is that Trump's falling asleep, right? Okay, that's not breaking news. But Trump finally responded in one of the most bizarre ways I've seen on True Social, writing, contrary to the fake news media, I don't fall asleep during the crooked DA's witch hunt, especially not today. I simply close my beautiful blue eyes, sometimes listen intensely, and take it all in. Which I don't need to get your take on this, Aaron, unless you're just hungry to give it, because it is just the rantings of a madman. But apparently his eyes just, the most beautiful, and he would only choose to conceal them from the world. We only could have that pleasure taken away of looking at them whenever he needs to listen very intensely to what is going on. Very strange. But moving on from that, what updates do we have from today in trial, Aaron?
Yeah, so the big update was this morning, the court heard additional arguments over whether or not Donald Trump made additional violations to Justice Merchan's gag order. Judge Merchan is going to issue a written ruling, likely in the next few days or in the next week, kind of like he did the last time. Remember, the maximum penalty here is a $1,000 fine per gag order violation, but it's certainly possible that this time around, Judge Merchan throws Trump in jail for a night. For violating the gag order. We don't know. So that was kind of how the day started. Then additional witnesses took the witness stand today, including a specialist regarding Michael Cohen's text messages, and then a former attorney of Stormy Daniels. But the bombshell testimony today was really, for the first time, we heard Donald Trump and Michael Cohen discuss the audio, the catch and kill plot that is central to the allegations in the case. So today was really the first time we heard that. Today was the first time jurors heard that. And that recording is going to be a central theme for the prosecution's case moving forward over the next several weeks.
Yeah, and just to bolster what you're saying, the Independent reports bombshell audio captures Trump and Cohen discussing hush money catch and kill plot, and this is this one.
So I'm all over that.
I'm going to pause your viewing of this video super quickly to ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just click that subscribe button, and right next to it is the join button. So you can become a member to get the daily bonus show by clicking that join button. Back to the video.
And I spoke to Alan about it when it comes time for the financing, which will be...
Listen, what financing?
We'll have to pay you. So
I'll pay the kid.
No. I got... No.
So it seems pretty huge, just getting a sense of Trump's clearly in on this, even though this has to do with McDougal, but the pattern's there, and then they have much more obviously to prove in the coming days in connecting it to this particular scheme. Aaron, where can people find you?
On all my social platforms, just @Aaron Parnas.